everyone, it's Brenna, and this is House of Recaps episode number 8. I know I just posted an episode like yesterday, but an amazing episode called House of Status, House of Laments came out that was so flawless that I needed to give it its own vlog to talk about, so we're gonna do that now. Okay, so as always, the episode starts where the last episode left off. Sabuna was down in the tunnels, Alfie blows the horn because, you know, he's got the brain of a 9-year-old and just did it because, you know, 9-year-olds don't have a very big attention span, and then, you know, the loud noise happens, the ceiling starts to crack, Sabuna loses their hearing, and they all manage to escape and everything's fine. They don't actually show Sabuna being deaf, which I thought would have been really interesting. They actually just start up with the next day and everyone walks into Nina's room and she's like, okay, so has everyone got their hearing back now? And everyone seems to except for Amber, but I think it mostly has to do with the fact that she's getting older with the curse. And she's not the only one getting bad. Everyone else, his curse is getting worse in them too, except for really Patricia, because you can't really get worse when she's already mute, so... But yeah, Nina's flipping out. She wants to get things done, but she can't because no one's cooperating with her, and I feel really bad because, you know, some people are saying she's being, like, really nasty to everyone, but you gotta understand, she must be so frustrated right now. She wants to help them, she wants to get through the next task, but she can't because of this curse, and I feel really bad for her. Thankfully, though, while Sabuna's all in Nina and Amber's room, the dollhouse lights up and another clue happens. The clue leads them to the music stand in the dollhouse where they pull out a piece of sheet music that says the Song of Hathor on the top, so they think that's the tune that they need to play in the tunnels in order to get through the next task. So they all go to school and they're all in Miss Valentine's class, who's the new teacher. Mara meets Miss Valentine for the first time and is all like, oh, you're the one who knows Mick, and she's like, yeah, and she's like, I'm Mara, and she's like, oh, well, I've heard so much about you, I have a message to you from Mick. He says he's doing really well in Australia and that he's talking about Mara all the time and he can't wait to introduce everyone to his new girl in Australia. So, of course, Mara's all happy at first until she hears the last line, because Mick has a girlfriend in Australia, and my heart was breaking. It was so sad because Mikara is my one true pairing, and then he had to go get a girlfriend in Australia, and I was so sad, and you could just see it on Mara's face. She's, like, heartbroken. But what was funny about this scene, the entire time while Miss Valentine's relaying his message, the message from Mick to Mara, you see Jerome in the background, he's all like, ugh, I can't believe this kid, like, but then once she says the last line about Mick having a girlfriend, he's like, yes, thank you, Mick, and I thought that was cute of him. It was a funny moment, but it was also very sad. I was dying inside a little bit. After that whole ordeal, Eddie leans over to Patricia and tries to ask her out on a date, but she makes up some excuse about washing her hair, and she doesn't want to go, and then he gets kind of offended by that, and I felt bad for him. Then class starts, and before they can really do anything, Amber decides to bring up Egyptian music to see if she can find anything else about the Song of Hathor. At that moment, Jasper walks in and ends up explaining to them that no one has heard the Song of Hathor because it was written and played back before they actually had music notes, and so no one really has heard it, and yeah, it's not good for Sabuna. So then we get to see Victor in his office, and he's looking through all this stuff for something, and he ends up finding a cylinder that says the Song of Hathor on it, so he gets really excited because he thinks it has to do with the next task. Back at school, their class is over, and Nina is freaking out because she's like, what are we gonna do? No one's heard the Song of Hathor, we can't do this, guys, and she was flipping out, but then of course Amber kind of like calms her down a bit and is like, well, someone must have heard it if Frobisher Smythe said it as the task opener thing, so then that kind of calms them down because they know it's got to be written down somewhere in order for them to know it. Then Joy and Mr. Sweet walk up and they ask Amber and Fabian if they want to be in a school ad, and Nina kind of gets annoyed that they say yes because she wants them to be focusing on the task, but there's nothing she could really do. And just before that scene ends, we see Alfie walking away with everyone complaining about growing pains. So then we're back at the house and we see Vera come into Victor's office, and Victor explains to her what he's doing with the cylinder and how he thinks it relates to the task. Then we're back at school and Mara excitedly walks up to Jerome with a camera and snaps a picture of them together and says, okay, this is my new profile picture and we're gonna be in a relationship. I can't wait to see Mick's reaction to that. So that Jerome's just sitting there like, what? What's going on? Of course he's really excited inside because Mara wants to be in a relationship with him, but he's also very confused, so he starts getting more information. He asks why Mara's trying to make Mick jealous if she was the one that broke up with him, and she explains that she only really broke up with him because she wanted him to go to Australia, and that she was kind of hoping they'd get back together when Mick comes home. So Jerome was kind of like, about that. But he says he could tolerate pretending to be her boyfriend, so of course I think he's probably like beaming inside. So yeah, that scene was kind of iffy for me because I thought it was cute with the whole Jara thing, especially because, you know, if Mick has a girlfriend, I can't be getting excited over Mikara because Mikara's not happening. So I was like, okay, Jara. The only thing that was kind of annoying was that Mara's like leading Jerome on, trying to use him to make Mick jealous. I felt really bad. But obviously Jerome's not gonna like recognize that. He's just gonna be like, Mara wants to be my fake girlfriend, so yeah, I don't know. So we're back at the house now, and Joy goes into her Patricia and Mara's room and sees Patricia on her bed doing homework, and she was asking why she wasn't at lunch, but then she realizes that Patricia had just stayed there so she could avoid Eddie. So they're kind of talking about that, or, well, Joy's doing all the talking and Patricia's kind of just like nodding, but Joy ends up finding out that Eddie was Patricia's first kiss, and she tries to get her to calm down because, you know, she's freaking out about it, and Joy's all like, it's just a kiss, you don't have to freak out, you should just go on a date with him, have fun, and make sure you tell him you like him so you can like really make sure it's all settled and good. So Patricia kind of agrees to that. Mara and Jerome are sitting in the drama room now, and they're on the computer, and Mara's a little upset because she's already changed her profile picture and her relationship status, and they haven't heard anything from Mick. So Jerome suggests they should step up their game, and they decide to do a fake date photo shoot. It was kind of funny and cute at first, but it kind of got awkward at the same time. I don't know. It must have been really fun for Tazy and Eugene to shoot, though. It looked kind of funny. Yeah, I don't know. Awkward and cute at the same time. So then we see some of the students in a classroom waiting for another class to start, and Nina's trying to convince Amber that she shouldn't be doing this ad for the school because it might reveal that she's getting older and they don't need people finding out about their quest and questioning them. But as they're talking, Joy walks in, and Joy's kind of like questioning what Amber's wearing because she doesn't think it's good for the shoot, and all of a sudden Alfie turns into a child, and, you know, Nina and Amber and Fabian start freaking out, and they have to cover it up for Joy and say that it's Alfie's little brother, and they're freaking out, and they run back with little Alfie to the house. So back at the house, we get to see Patricia asking Eddie out on their date. Since she can't actually talk, she has an iPad with everything like pre-set out what she's gonna say, and it's funny because it works perfectly with what Eddie says to her. Like, she could just read his mind, and he's just so predictable to her, and it was really cute, and he says yes, and they're all excited, and it's cute. Petty's like the only happy couple. It's great. So then as Patricia's leaving Eddie's room, she finds Sabuna, and they all go to meet in Nina and Amber's room. Nina's still getting frustrated because no one's figured out anything on what to do with the task in the Song of Hathor or how to get the amulet back from Victor. Nina also agrees that she's going to be the one to watch Alfie tomorrow since Alfie can't really be by himself and he can't go to school, so that's a problem. Then Amber and Fabian start shooting the commercial. It's really funny. Mr. Sweet in this is so great. He has some of the greatest lines if you listen to him. They're all like not important, but they're really funny. He's going to Joy, he's like, do I get to shout action? And it's so cute. I think he's so funny. Joy's kind of getting annoyed at Amber by the way she's dressing because she's dressing to cover up her age, but obviously Joy doesn't know that, but Mr. Sweet says it's okay. So then Mara and Jerome are in the drama room again, and Mara's checking Chum Chatter to see if she's gotten any response from Mick, and she still hasn't after posting the dates. So Jerome's all like, you know what, I think we need to step up our game and do one more thing, and she's kind of like, okay. And he's all like, pucker up, Jaffrey. Oh, it was so funny. The first time I watched this, I was excited, but really angry at the same time because my Makara flare was coming out, but the second time I watched it, it was actually really cute and I was fangirling. But basically, Mara agrees to kiss him, and, you know, they kiss, and he goes to take a picture, but the first time his finger was blocking the lens, so then they do it again, and it was really cute, and I thought it was sweet, even though it was fake. It was really cute, and I was being a little Jara fangirl, which doesn't usually happen, but yeah, it was cute. The first time I was kind of angry though, because I was like, no, Mick, no, but yeah, I got over it. The only thing that bothers me though is that it's a fake kiss, and, you know, we all know why Jerome's doing that. He's using Mara as much as Mara's using him, so I really wish their relationship was more real. I don't mind Jara, but they don't have a real relationship, so yeah, hopefully that changes if they're gonna actually continue being in a relationship, kind of. So then we're back to the commercial, and Amber's trying to go through the scene, and she's acting old and achy, and Joy and Mr. Sweet just get fed up, so they fire her. Then we're back to Nina and little Alfie, and Nina's complaining because, you know, Alfie's being a little kid and he's bored, and she's just like, we need to solve the task and get the amulet. So he's like, you know what, I'll go distract Victor and you can go get the amulet. So she's like, alright. So Alfie goes to distract Victor, he runs downstairs, Victor goes after him to see what the noise was. Then Nina walks into the office and she hears the cylinder playing that Victor had left on, and she hears it mention the Song of Hathor. So she gets really excited, but she can't stay long because Victor's coming back. So she just runs away, but she's pretty happy that they finally found a clue to solving the task. So then we see Jerome at school. He's standing in the hallway on his iPad on Chum Chatter when he sees a post from Mick that says he can't wait to introduce his girl to Australia, which confuses him because Miss Valentine had originally said he can't wait to introduce his girl from Australia. So he asks Miss Valentine about it, and she realizes what she did and she feels really bad and says that she'll go tell Mara the news, but Jerome's like, oh, you know what, it's okay, I'll tell her. And that made me kind of mad because we all know Jerome's probably not going to tell her. If he does, I'll be really happy with him, but I feel like he's not going to do that just yet, and he's just going to go along with this, and that's when I start to not like Jara, and I want Mikara back, like, because he did this the first time, and that's why Mick left, because he didn't tell Mara that Mick wouldn't leave if she stayed with him, and it's bad, yeah. So I'm not very happy with Jerome. I was kind of like saying I hate him yesterday. Don't hate him, but I'm just really mad at him. I'm talking about him like as a real person. This is bad. So back at the house, we see Patricia prepping for her date with Eddie in the bathroom, and it's really cute. And then she goes to leave, but the doorknob's not there because little Alfie decided to play a prank and took all the bathroom doorknobs off. So she's locked in. She's trying to bang on the door to get someone to let her out, and she can't scream because she has no voice, so it's really bad. Then we see Eddie downstairs waiting for her, and he's got flowers and chocolate, and it's so cute. And he's waiting for her, and at first he's okay with it, but then Jerome comes, and he starts to think that Patricia actually did stand him up, and he's really sad. So Jerome ends up taking the flowers from him to give to Mara, and he tells Mara they're going on a second fake date. And she seems pretty happy about it, but yeah, he's doing it to distract her, and he took the Wi-Fi down for the school so she couldn't check the website to see Mick's post, and he's distracting her, and I just want him to tell her the truth about Mick, and I don't think he's going to, and it's sad. And it's sad for Petty too, because Eddie's probably gonna get really mad at Patricia, and Patricia's gonna have to explain, and she can't, and it's ugh. So then we see Nina, Amber, and Fabian watching the new ad for the school that was filmed. Mr. Sweet has taken Amber's place, so she's really mad about that. Fabian and Nina start talking about the cylinder that's in Victor's office that was talking about the Song of Hathor, so they agree that they're going to take turns trying to keep an eye on Victor's office so they can see if they hear anything, and Fabian agrees to take first shift. So since it's late, Fabian leaves, and as he's walking down the stairs, he passes Victor's office and realizes that they're playing something, so he pretends to go downstairs, and then he hides, and he's got this little notepad, and he hears a plan between Victor and Vera. Basically, they hear something in the cylinder that says they don't only need 4 horns for the Song of Hathor, but they also need a cowbell, or no, not a cowbell, an ox bell, which is located in the museum. So what they're going to do is steal the ox bell, place it so Sabuna finds it, let them use it, and then blame them for stealing the exhibit. So Fabian writes down that Vera is going to steal an exhibit, and it's really funny. He's like, "Dear Fabian, don't forget, Vera is going to steal exhibition. Love, Fabian." It was so funny. It was so cute, but it's also bad because Sabuna's in trouble, and yeah, so end of the episode. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Super long for one episode, I know, but that's why I gave it its own little vlog. Yeah, I can't wait for the episode tonight. It'll probably already have aired by the time this is on YouTube, but yeah, happy Valentine's Day too. Obviously you can tell I am single because I'm talking to a camera on Valentine's Day. So, yeah, I will probably see you guys again for another vlog on Sunday, so bye, Sabuna.